In this video, I want to talk about the most recent logic update where they added scope to a lot of existing gadgets. And I also want to talk about why I think this is a pretty big deal. So first off, what did they actually do? What did they actually update? So previously, the only gadget that had scope was the zone, was the trigger zone. So what does that mean? If we go to tag, for example, we have this option, detection scope, and there are three choices. Now, again, keep in mind, this was already here before the update. So we can detect, this zone can detect tags everywhere, here, or not here. Everywhere is everywhere. Here is within this group. If, and I looked this up so I know I'm correct. If the zone is within a group, for example, it's within either of those groups, okay? So that's what here means. Not here is the opposite of here. So basically, if the tag that it's trying to detect is outside of the zone's group. But zones weren't and aren't the only gadgets to sense tags. There are a bunch of other ones. And before this update, they didn't have the same scope functionality, but now they do. Specifically for tags, the laser scope can now do it if it's sensing a tag. The follower, lookout rotator, teleporter, and that's it. Those all now can change the tag's scope that they're trying to sense, in addition to the trigger zone. So all of these are tag related, all right? What about these though? And by the way, these tag related ones, they're very nice, but I probably wouldn't be making this video if that was it. There are 4 more that were added, which I believe make this update a really big deal. Without him, it would be pretty cool, but these 4, it's a huge deal. Before I go over exactly why it's a big deal, though, let's just go over like what this update even means for these 4 things. So for the transmitter and receiver, this scope update means that the transmitter can control the scope of the receiver. Not the other way around, though. For exclusive gates, we can control the scope of the other exclusive gates that this one is affected by. So, normally, exclusive gates work with every other exclusive gate with the same name, no matter the scope. That has changed now. So now, if, for example, if you do here, even if there are dozens of exclusive gates everywhere, with the same name, the only exclusive gates that matter, if here is selected, are the exclusive gates within the group. So that's nice. What about variables and variable modifiers? So now, variables don't have the scope option, but variable modifiers do. So mainly when getting or setting the value, you can control the scope of the variable. So normally, that might not make sense, but so let me explain it. Normally, I would personally recommend, at least before this update, for each variable only having 1. So let's say this variable is test. Normally, I would recommend only having it once, not twice, not 3 times. So the variable with the name test. But now it actually makes sense. So let's just say these were each in a different group, and these variable modifiers were each in a different group. So if they were set to here, this one would only affect this one. Even though these 2 have the same name, it would only affect this one. But yeah, so again, the variable modifier is able to control which variable it changes. And then finally, the health manager and health modifier. Same thing. The health manager, the thing that stores the data, doesn't have any scope options, but the health modifier does. So we're able to control which manager the modifier modifies based on the scope. So that's what's happening with these. So now let's talk about why I think the scope update for these gadgets is a really, really big deal. Now, I'm sure there are a bunch of different use cases where you can make use of this, but the one that really stands out to me is using these gadgets within an emitted thing, be it an enemy, be it anything, frankly. So let me just throw together an example really quick. All right, so we have an example where when I press X, I emit this cube. All right, what's in this cube? We have a variable named test. We have a variable modifier adding 1 to test set with the scope of here every time it's grabbed. So if we just play this, oh my gosh, and we grab this one, okay, notice how they all turn on. I didn't expect this, but I think I know why. It needs to be the group. And I never actually made this into its own group. So what if I undid this chip like that? Whoops. Okay, come on. Put it back here. Grouped it. And now emitted the group. If this doesn't work, I would be very surprised. Okay, I'm an idiot. So when I unsnapped the chip, that means this sense grab thing is not sensing anything. So maybe we should sense the grab of the cube. And now it works. Now it works. It needs to be within the group. All right, earlier when I did it, it was just in the chip, and that was not enough, it seems. So I thought it would be enough, to be completely honest, but it was not. So now it's working. And when we go to this, it's 4. That's not what I expected. It looks like because this group is within the entire scene, this counts as here for this. Huh. So I'm not gonna set up demos to show you every single one of these, but it's because it's all the same idea. And again, that same idea is we're able to use these gadgets on emitted things without them interfering with each other. Another really common example, I bet, is the health manager. So you have a health manager, right? And you have a health modifier, and you don't want the health modifier to damage yourself, right? You don't want the enemy's attack to damage itself. And previously you could do that with labels, right? You would just make it not damage the foe label, but maybe you wanted it to damage other foes, just not itself. Now, just turn off everywhere and make it not here. It is literally that easy. You were not able to do that before, and now you can. So this update is fantastic, guys. If you need to use any of these gadgets, you can now for things that are emitted. You can now. And one last time, I'm sure there are a bunch of different use cases other than what I've talked about, but this is why I'm excited about it. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys are excited as I am about this. It really unlocks the potential of these gadgets. If you have any questions at all, because I know I kind of rambled about this and it might be confusing, please ask them in the comments. I or someone else will help you. Another thing, the link to the where is it? To this. All right. The Dreams Trello is, and specifically this page will be in the description. So if you want to read this info instead of listen to me talk about it, you can. So hopefully this will clear anything up. But and also just experiment with this. So if you're not sure about something, just try stuff, right? But anyway, yeah, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, leave a comment, sub if you want more, I guess. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. I'll see you in the next one.